right, so now after enduring yet another baseless smear from the corrupt mob and the media, Congressman Devin Nunes, he is taking action, filing a bombshell defamation lawsuit against CNN after they published an alleged false story about Nunes traveling to Vienna to dig up dirt on quid pro quo Joe. Now, today's filing is explosive and exposes just how wrong CNN got this and just how low they will sink to try and smear a duly elected member of Congress. And, of course, the congenital liar, Adam Schiff, is not only continuing to steer Democrats off the impeachment cliff, but he's apparently promoting the smear effort as well, alleging that call logs showed Devin Nunes was working with Rudy Giuliani to dig up dirt on Trump's opponents in Ukraine. All right, here to get into all the details of all of this is Congressman Devin Nunes. All right, let's first start with the lawsuit. You ever traveled to Vienna, Congressman?
I've been in Vienna, but I wasn't there in 2018 when they said that I was there, so that's their problem.
Let's talk about the specifics of what they got wrong. And here's the other question. Did they do any due diligence? Did they ever ask you or your office?
Well, look, here's my rule with CNN for the last 2.5 years, and most of the mainstream media, everyone in the Capitol here, they know it. Until they retract their fake news stories about, me being under investigation, me doing midnight runs to the White House, I've told them, until you retract, I'm not acknowledging any question that you give to me in this lifetime or the next lifetime. So they know that I don't respond to any questions. I don't even acknowledge questions, right? But when they said that I was in Vienna, I was actually in Benghazi. I was the first member of Congress to be back in Benghazi since after the attacks, meeting with General Haftar. Then I went from there to Malta to actually participate in a repatriation ceremony because we found a soldier that was in the Mediterranean. We had the remains of the soldier so that he could be loaded back up on a plane and shipped back to the United States. I was not meeting with Ukrainians in Vienna in December of 2018. It wouldn't have been hard to prove. And I think the bigger point here, Sean, is that they shouldn't be listening to somebody who's been indicted. Okay, it's really, really bad on their part. It's reckless. It's clearly reckless. And look, it's been 10 days. I was on. This story came out 10 days ago. I was very clear. I said it was demonstrably false. I think that's a clear definition that I was denying it. They didn't correct the record. I went on your show and said a week ago and said that I was going to be working all week to get all the facts to present them in federal court. So look, I'm ready to meet with CNN tomorrow. They can put all the facts on the table. I'll put all my facts on the table, and we need to go to a jury trial and let a jury decide whether or not what's been done here is appropriate, because it's clear to me CNN has had an axe to grind. I mean, how many times have you seen it? Sean, you've seen it. Your viewers have seen it. CNN chasing me around in the Capitol. CNN chasing me around back in my district in California. Always with smears, always with lies, always with fake news. It just happens that this time they went way overboard, and I'm not going to take it anymore.
So the report, your lawsuit goes on to say, because they were claiming, their report claimed that you met with the Ukrainian prosecutor, fired son of a B, they did it by quid pro quo Joe, Viktor Shokin, in Vienna in 2018 to dig up dirt on Hunter and Joe Biden. That is, you didn't go anywhere near that area, and nor did you ever meet with the Ukrainian prosecutor that was fired because of Joe. Isn't that?
It's even better than that. I have pictures of myself in Benghazi and in Malta at the time frame. I mean, this is absolute definition of fake news, right? And look, I've made no secret that I want to get to the bottom of who Fusion GPS's sources, who were the Democrat sources in Ukraine. We've been looking for those sources for a very long time. But I will tell you, wasn't in Vienna and didn't meet with this guy Shokin. Now, maybe I need to, because maybe they have something. I don't know, but it makes me question whether or not now I need to reach out to Shokin and see what he actually has.
What about the reports tonight that are just breaking that reveal multiple calls between you, this guy PARNAS, and Rudy Giuliani? My sources are telling me that 3 of the 4 so-called calls were apparently to just Giuliani and maybe on Parnas's phone in under a minute. Is that true?
Well, it's even better than that. First of all, you have to remember the House Intelligence Committee, we are the oversight committee. We have Americans and foreigners contact us every single day with information. We take that information, we see them somewhere, we listen, we say, hey, can you get this to the appropriate lawyer or staff member on the committee? The fact that I know Rudy Giuliani, I've known Rudy Giuliani a long time. And during that time, if you remember, that was right when Robert Mueller completely bombed and flamed out. So I remember talking to Rudy Giuliani, and we were actually laughing about how Mueller bombed out. So, I don't know, maybe they have the recordings of my phone calls with Rudy Giuliani. They're welcome to play them, because everything I spoke with Rudy Giuliani about is nothing that I wouldn't care if the American people found out. But the fact that the Democrats are using this once again, what are they doing? They're lying. They could have told CNN that I wasn't in Vienna. They had the records. They wanted that story to be printed.
Did you ever talk to this guy, Les PARNAS, or whoever his name is?
It's possible, but I haven't gone through all my phone records. I don't really recall that name. I remember the name now because he's been indicted. But why would CNN rely on somebody like this? And I'll go back and check all my records, but it seems very unlikely that I would be taking calls from random people. Like I said, we have a process, standard operating procedure. You call my office, or you call me, or you see me out on the street. I will do my job and do my duty. I'll take your information. I'll get it to the appropriate staff person or the appropriate agency, in that matter. And I will tell you this, that anything that we have from PARNAS and his lawyers, whatever game they're up to, we're going to work directly with the Justice Department to make sure that these guys aren't just trying to obstruct justice, to obstruct our congressional investigation, or to lie to Congress. I can guarantee you that. I don't know what these guys are up to, but the long arm of the law is going to catch them.
Congressman, good luck in your lawsuit. I think you have a strong case. I've read it. We appreciate you giving your interview here tonight.
Absolutely.